We're going to go ahead and move on to our regular meeting. So we're going to call the meeting to order at 7:08 p.m.
Mr. Mayor?
Oh, go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, my apologies and for the attorney. I would like to waive my right for a closed session evaluation behind closed doors and leave it up to the council to move forward or not.
Mr. Mayor? Mr. Mayor?
Jose, City Manager, I'm confused as to the impact. Do you believe that?
Mr. Tong, as it relates to, as an employee, I have a right to, of course, always behind closed session, because it's a personnel matter. But I would waive that right. So if council can have the evaluation of my person in front of the public, I have nothing to hide. Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Mr. Mayor, can you hear me? This is Councilmember Moran.
Go ahead.
At this time, I would like to ask the council and to consider moving item number 4 to an open session meeting, as Mr. Ramirez has waived his right to have this in closed session.
Mayor and Council, I would have to strongly advise you against that in light of all of the allegations regarding city personnel. I believe that would be a tremendously bad idea and expose the council and the city to tremendous litigation exposure.
There's a motion on the floor.
It's a motion by Councilmember Jose Moran. Any second? There's no second. The motion dies. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and move on to our regular meeting, calling to order at 7:10 p.m. Because everybody please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
There's someone on hold for public comment.
Let it? All right, go ahead.
Yeah, my name is Patricia Anderson, President of LULAC, the United American Citizens. And as an experienced person working in the city manager's office as well as representing the community, is that this issue was discussed at last month's meeting. And the community is also asking is transparency, and that the organization is managed by the city manager, and it was discussed of his values and brings into the city and experience during the difficult times of these budget income coming into the local city. But more importantly, is also within the elected officials, they also have a responsibility of also respecting that they were elected to represent the residents and the citizens of the township, of the city, but that they have to also be transparent, and they're not there for their own self-interest or politics. This is about public service as an elected official. And also as a city manager is the administrator of operations for running the city to benefit the community and the public project services that can come into the city that benefits everyone as a whole. And all we're asking, all the community is asking is that we need to keep in mind that when you're doing a good job, you need to have experienced people be in those positions to get you through these times that are going to be difficult for budgetary reasons. And also for the experience that they bring to the table and what they've been able to do in these hardship times. But as elected officials, we cannot play politics or games behind the doors. We are there to represent the community as a whole, and also the community also has their own options of, if they don't like what they see happening in their city by their elected officials, they have other options and avenues to address those issues. And let's not forget that. You are an elected official to represent them as a whole and not individual interests, or if there's conflict of interest, they need to be addressed accordingly. And Jose Ramirez, as city manager, has been very effective in his position, doing the policies for personnel and decisions of a city, and also to give direction, and also the other staff that give direction to the city on how to operate. And as elected officials, follow the protocols that are needed and to be transparent. And that's what the community is asking for, is there needs to be transparency and none of these politics or games being played behind the scenes, and that we stay focused on what's best interest of the community and the city in managing it, running it, and getting our project funded with grants by an experienced city manager. That's the bottom line. Thanks for your time. But again, the residents will ultimately make decisions and hold individuals accountable for their actions and inactions of not supporting the best interest of the taxpayer, the residents, and the city. Thank you.
Okay, now we're going to go move on to our regular meeting. It's 7:14 p.m. So stand for Pledge of Allegiance,
I would like
please.
to speak.
Thank you.
If I may, Mr. Mayor, I would like to speak in support of Jose Ramirez.
Silence for first responders and military members. Thank you. Monica, could we get roll call? You can speak during citizen comments. You can speak there.
Roll call. Councilmember Soto? Present. Councilmember Moran?
Present.
Councilmember King?
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Garcia? Mayor Aguilar?
Present.
For the record, Mayor Pro Tem Garcia is not in attendance, but his absence is excused.
In regards to closed session announcement, we're going to continue the closed session until after a regular scheduled meeting. Council, any changes to the agenda? Okay, we're going to go move on to our citizen comments. The section of the agenda allows members of the public to address City Council on any items not otherwise on the agenda. Members of the public, when recognized by me, should come forward, identify themselves. Comments are normally limited to 3 minutes. In accordance with state opening meeting laws, no action will be taken by the City Council this evening. For items which are on the agenda this evening, members of the public will be provided an opportunity to address the City Council as each item is brought up for discussion. Citizen comments?
Good evening, Council, Mayor. I was going to speak on the closed session item. You said I could speak right now. I'm here in support of Jose Ramirez. I would say that the council should think about the evaluation. It's just mind-boggling why the council keeps bringing it up again. It just seems that it's retaliation of what's on the circumstances that is happening because of actions by some council members. They're retaliating against the city manager. So I would advise the council, not to go ahead and fire the city manager. I think it's leading to illegalities in regards to, and I think that as a result, some council members, if it's because of that, they should be abstained from voting on the evaluation regarding the circumstances that's happening on placing the city manager on the evaluation. So I know that the council might not care about the expenses that the city is incurring due to the fact that the recall is going on, but this community is upset. This community is upset that, this is happening in regards to firing the city manager, the conflicts of interest, and, on and I can go on and on and on. And I think that, as you see, it's not going to stop. And if for some reason the city manager if the council would vote to release the city manager, and after the recall, and new council members take these seats, I think they would have an option to bring back the city manager. If you guys don't care about the expenses, it's going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to pay out the city manager in case he gets released, because if he has a 5 or 6 months severance package, you're talking about $100,000 plus, all the time and hours that he has incurred, and has to be paid back. So, that's not chump change. We're already in, a profit of $2,000 in the budget. So those numbers are not there. So I would advise against that. And if the council thinks about firing the just hired chief of police to place somebody that you guys want on there, that's not proper. You guys have to be transparent, and I would advise not to follow through on that. So, council, do the right thing. Thank you.